Welcome, everyone. It's Diane Yetter from the Sales Tax Institute back with you for our next episode of Women to Watch in Sales Tax. And today I'm thrilled to be joined by Keela Ross. She is the director of the SALT practice at Wipfli, and she is based in Dallas. Keela, welcome. It's great to have you here.
Hey, thanks, Diane. I appreciate you inviting me to do this.
Great. So Keela, why don't you tell everybody what Wipfli is, if they don't know, and then what is your role as the director of the SALT practice?
Yeah, so Wipfli is a national accounting firm. We've got clients all over the US and some internationally. We help clients, with their federal tax filings, mergers and acquisitions, the SALT, which is state and local tax, and I'll get into that. But we do a lot of the accounting functions that small to large clients need. So what I do specifically is I head up the sales and use tax program as it relates for the nationwide. I also lead the unclaimed property tax group too. So I wear two hats there. We do consulting as it relates to audits and nexus reviews due to the Wayfarer Fund. We do compliance. Same thing for the UP side of things, but that's basically what I do. Run a team. Mm-hmm.
So Keela, you've been doing this for a while. Is there something that you're most proud of that you've been able to accomplish in the sales tax field?
Probably given the time that I've been doing this and where I'm at, just makes me, I'm blessed, I guess is the easy way to say. I started out probably like a lot of the young people in just preparing returns, right? Looking at data, trying to understand software. But, as I've grown, consulting has been a real big thing for me. I like speaking with different kinds of companies, in different industries, the size, small, large, whatever, I just enjoy that interaction. So, I'm pleased to get from being kind of just the low man to where I'm at now and being able to kind of come up with ideas. How can we grow this? How can we assist more companies and more clients in a way that would benefit them? And I think that the main takeaway that makes me happy every day is just, feeling that need. Somebody needs me. Somebody relies on us to give them good advice, good practical advice, because they may not know it. So, at the end of the day, I feel like I'm good and valued.
So Keela, you've got kind of a split career or split specialty area between sales tax and unclaimed property. So maybe thinking about that and maybe how you got to that, is there some advice you can give someone, a woman working in the state tax area that might have opportunities for different practice areas?
Yeah. So being in a state and local group, there's so many areas that you can get into. So like income tax and property tax, and that's really kind of where I started, was property tax. And then we took on a client that really needed help in the sales and use tax area. So my knowledge was very small, but luckily I had a good mentor who came from the sales and use tax background, who was able to kind of train me up and teach me, at least point me in the path where I needed to go. So, being able to kind of keep an open mind and having that drive to learn something new and challenging and putting in the hard work and getting it done will get you there. Unclaimed property was kind of one of those, another situation where I'm trucking right along and then sales tax lands and the next thing you know, hey, we've got a special project for you, Keela. Have you ever heard of unclaimed property? No, but okay. And so, taking on a little bit of that understanding that it's not really a tax, but it kind of has it's got similarities as it relates to sales tax and property tax. You're filing, you're making a payment, you're kind of reconciling some numbers at the end of the day. But that was just another area that I took on and thought, well, okay, I think I like this, and unclaimed property is kind of one of those niche areas that not a lot of people are involved in or really know much about, but it can be very impactful to companies that don't know anything about it. So it was important to me to learn it so I could share the information. From a SALT perspective as a whole, I like to say, taxes are not going away. So,
Yes.
women that are involved or women that are looking for something that's long term, hey, the tax will always be there, and we'll always need people that can help, kind of navigate around that for companies. But also another thing that I like about it is there's so much to learn. Diane, you probably know, in the sales tax area, there's so many rules, so many laws. Each state has their own different way on how they treat, tax something, or treat the tax laws, and other industries are different. So you could, set your sights in one area, manufacturing, for instance, and become an expert in manufacturing. You could be doing that for 5 years, and then tomorrow decide, hey, you know what, I'm going to do retail. I want to get into retail. So it's always changing. And if you like to learn, and if you like to keep yourself challenged, I think it's very important to find something, a career that's somewhat broad like that, and that's got so many areas. Here at Wipfli, you've got that opportunity to where you can go in however many different areas you want to. So, the only thing is you just got to be careful, because, if you don't want to say you're an expert in everything, because there's just too much to learn. So if you pigeonhole yourself into a couple of them, then you'll be the go-to folks. So
Right. Keela, thank you so much for sharing your background with us. And it's been a pleasure talking with you today.
hey, thank you, Diane.